In Lesson 4.2, Proportional and Non-Proportional Relationships, you will be identifying proportional and non-proportional relationships. If two quantities are proportional, then they have a constant ratio. If there is not a constant ratio, the two quantities are said to be non-proportional. For example, buying pizza from Little Caesars is a proportional relationship. It doesn't matter how many pizzas you buy, the cost is $5 per pizza. You can see that by making a table. If you buy one pizza, it's going to cost $5. If you buy two pizzas, it's going to be $10. Three pizzas is going to be $15. And four pizzas is going to be $20. If you go and write down the ratios of, let's say, the cost per pizza, it's $5 for one pizza, $10 for two pizzas. We're looking at this ratio right here. We're going to go cost per pizza, cost per pizza, cost per pizza, so 15 over 3, and then 20 over 4, $20 for four pizzas. If you were to simplify these four ratios, you would end up with 5 for every single one of them. Since they are all equal, since the ratios are all the same when comparing the cost to the number of pizzas, it is a proportional relationship. Now let's pretend that they start a delivery service and it's a $3 delivery fee. If you order one pizza, it's going to cost you $5 plus the $3 delivery, which is $8. If you order two pizzas, it's going to be $10 for the pizza plus $3 for delivery. And then for three pizzas, it's going to be $15 for the pizzas plus $3 for delivery. Four pizzas, it's going to be $20 plus the $3 for delivery. Now if we write down these ratios, it's $8 for one pizza. It's $13 for two pizzas. $18 for three pizzas. And $23 for four pizzas. If we were to compare these four ratios, you would see that they are not the same. One way you can compare these is to change them all to decimals or figure out the cost per pizza. 8 over 1 is going to be 8. 13 over 2, if you take 13 and divide it by 2, it's going to end up being $6.50 per pizza. And then 18 divided by 3, that's going to work out to be $6 per pizza. And 23 divided by 4, that's going to be $5.75 per pizza. These ratios are not equivalent, so it is not proportional. So if you take a table of data and you compare the ratios, in this case 8 over 1, 13 over 2, 18 over 3, 23 over 4, those are not equal, so it's not proportional. Up here, 5 over 1, 10 over 2, 15 over 3, 20 over 4, those are equal, so it is proportional. Example 2 says you can use the recipe shown to make a healthier version of a popular beverage. Is the amount of mix used proportional to the amount of sugar used? Well, first they made a table. Half a cup of sugar, 1 envelope of mix, 2 quarts of water. Now if you use 2 envelopes, you would need 1 cup of sugar and 4 cups of water and so on. So we want to know, is the amount of mixed used proportional to the amount of sugar? So we're looking at these two things right here. So I'm going to compare these ratios. One envelope of mix for a half a cup of sugar, 2 envelopes of mix for 1 cup of sugar, 3 envelopes is going to be 1.5, and so on. We want to see if these are the same thing. If you were to simplify these, 1 divided by a half is 2. 2 divided by 1 is 2. 3 divided by 1.5 is also 2. These are all equal. Since those are equivalent ratios, when comparing like this, then it is proportional. So this is yes, it is proportional. You may want to pause the video and try the next one on your own. It says in example 2, is the amount of sugar used proportional to the amount of water? So this time we're going to do sugar and water. So 1/2 cup sugar to 2 quarts of water. 1 cup sugar to 4 quarts of water. 1.5 cups of sugar to 6 quarts of water. Let's just go and see if these are the same thing. 1/2 divided by 2. This right here is 0.25. 1/4 is 0.25. And 1 1/2 divided by 6 is also 0.25. Since these are equal, since those are equal, yes, it is proportional. All right, we got one last example. At the beginning of the school year, Isabel had $120 in the bank. Each week she deposits another $20. Is her account balance proportional to the number of weeks? Well, after 1 week, she would have had the 120 plus another $20, so $140. After 2 weeks, would be $160. Week 3 would be $180. And week 4 would be $200. So now if I were to write the ratios, this would be $140 for 1 week, 160 for 2 weeks, 180 for 3 weeks, and 200 for 4 weeks. If you were to simplify these ratios, you would get 140, and then for this one you would get $80 per week. This one you would get $60 per week, and this one would be $50 per week. Those are not equivalent ratios, so therefore it's not a proportional relationship. Now I noticed that up here I put not equal when these were actually equal. So I'm going to fix that real quick.